What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Hooked Up channel. I'm your host Jake, and today we are out here on Jordan Lake on this beautiful, kind of crisp morning. It's kind of cold. This is the first time since spring that I've been out here in a jacket this early. And cold water means one thing. That means these fish are going to be feeding. Now today I actually have something pretty special planned. If you've been with the channel for a little while, you may have seen the video where I go out and catch some bowfin to actually put in the tank at a local Bass Pro Shops. Well, it just so happens today we have a very similar mission. The guy that manages the tank reached out to me. He said, "Man, you did such a good job last time. I'd love it if you could go out and catch me some more fish." Now, today our species of choice is not bowfin. They're stocked up good on those right now. Today our mission is actually going to be crappie. Now, I consider myself an okay crappie fisherman. I'll be doing some things I know how to do, such as fishing bridges like you see behind me. But this fall water, this cooling water trend, means these fish are gonna start moving shallow. So if these bridges aren't super productive, then we might have to try some new things. But I got the cooler behind me, and I got some minnows in a bucket. Obviously, I got plenty of artificial too. I just wanted to make sure I got all my bases covered, because with crappie, you never really know what exactly they're gonna be doing. But I have already scanned the bridges with my sonar, and it does look pretty promising. So I'll get you guys strapped back in. I'll kind of show you what I'm looking for here, and then we're gonna start fishing. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Having electronics like this is not required, but it helps so much. It takes a lot of the guesswork out. You can see if you're fishing around fish. Because if you don't have a sonar, and you don't need any of the fancy stuff like live scope, you don't need to be going out there dropping $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on a sonar setup. All you really need is down scan and side scan, and that's got all your bases covered. But I'm gonna kind of go against the edge of this bridge here, and I'll kind of show you guys what I saw that makes me think this could be a good spot. So we're cruising up against the edge of these pilings here, nice and slow, and you can start to see them there on our down scan. And obviously you got, here's the bottom, that structure right there is our bridge. But if you look really close, you got some bait schools. And if you look on the side scan here, let me click so I can zoom in. There's a couple that look like larger marks sitting in there. And those very well might be our crappie. It's hard to tell at a first glance. It's not super clear. This isn't a very current model. It's kind of an old transducer, so it doesn't give me the best imagery. But all the other stuff you're gonna see around here is all bait fish too. So even if they're not on here, we got so much bait out here, it makes me think they gotta be nearby. So we're gonna go ahead and cut the main motor off, get the trolling motor in the water. I'll probably put a couple rods with minnows on them just in case. And then I'm gonna pick up a little artificial, jig that around the pilings, and I mean, it's pretty much that simple. And hopefully we can catch some fish doing that. So my minnow setups are gonna be a little unconventional. Obviously, we're gonna have our little dropper hook, and that's gonna be where we're gonna have our minnow hanging. But underneath it, I actually have a little curly tail. What most people do is they'll put 1, 2, sometimes even up to 3 of these bare hooks on their line and just have all those covered in minnows, and they'll have just a normal weight at the bottom. But honestly, I don't have really many of these hooks, so I was like, you know what, one hook's gonna have to work. And at the bottom, instead of putting a normal weight, I kind of figured, well, if I'm gonna have to put something heavy down there, why not make it something I can use to catch a fish? So I just put a little grub on there, not super expecting it to get hit, but it's pretty heavy. So we just shouldn't have any problems with it getting down there and staying down there. But like I said, we got a bucket full of little wiggly guys. So we're gonna get 1 or 2 of them rigged up here. Then we're gonna start drifting around these pilings and see what happens. But there's a lot of bait kind of out here off the pilings. So I wanna go ahead and get these in the water quick before we start anything else. All right, so we got our minnows in the water. They're doing their thing down there, wiggling around, hopefully. And while we're gonna wait on those to get a bite, we're gonna be tossed around this little artificial. And this is gonna happen to be one of my absolute all-time favorites for catching crappie, panfish, pretty much everything of that nature. And that's gonna be a little 2-inch Euro Tackle B-Vibe on one of their little tungsten heads. And these things are absolutely phenomenal for getting good bites. The head I got it on right now is pretty heavy since we're gonna be fishing in some kind of deep water. But I don't know if you can see it with the fog on the water right now, but the action on these things is absolutely unparalleled. So we're gonna be whipping that thing up around these pilings. Crappie often like hanging around structure, and we're gonna see if we can't get some action on it. Oh, we got him. We got him. Oh, we got somebody. Our drag's way too loose. I'm gonna have to fix that when I get this guy in. I didn't really feel the bite, but I saw him. He just kind of tick. You know what? And that's not a bad one either. Oh, you know what? We're against better judgment. We're gonna keep her in the water. We're gonna get the net and scoop her up that way. And that's crappie number one in the boat. Now, that is not a half bad fish. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a length on her, because we do have a size requirement here. We don't want to be putting dinks on showcase. So we're gonna grab Mr. Crappie here. And what we're looking for is a 12-inch or more size fish. Now that's a good fish, and he's actually pretty dang thick. He's got some heck of fillets on him. But we're gonna leave her in the water for a second, because we gotta get our bump board out. And we're gonna see just how big Mr. Crappie is over here. And if we got a big enough fish, she might be going to Bass Pro Shops. But let's see. Uh-oh. Ow. We have 10.5. So we're a little small on this guy right here. But even if he's not going to the store, that's not a bad fish. So we're gonna let her go on her way. But there we go. That's gonna be our first fish. And even if it's not a keeper, we broke the ice, and that's important. But we'll see if we can't find a few more here. But if you guys remember, when I drove by the pilings with my sonar, there's another cross beam like you can see above the water down there. And these crappie look like they were hanging around it pretty good. So what I'm letting it do is I'm letting it sink down there good to around the depth range that is. And then I'll just give it a couple pops and a few more pops. I'm watching my line because I'm using straight monofilament. So unless they hit it super hard, I might not feel the bite. So it's important to see it. So if your line's sinking, and all of a sudden stops sinking too soon, or if you see it twitch or get slack knocked into it, you better go ahead and set the hook, because that usually means you got one on. Like with that one, I didn't feel anything, but it stopped sinking way sooner than it should have. Gotcha that time. I saw and felt that bite. Ooh, he's jumping a little bit. He thinks he's a little bass. And there we go, number 2. Took a little while, I had to convince him. But, I mean, look at that. Absolutely inhaled that little Euro tackle. That tells you how much they love this thing. There we go. Get that on out of there. He's a little smaller. We're not going to bother measuring him. But we're going to keep going, because there might be a big mama down there somewhere. You know. Oh, we got him. I didn't even know I had him on. My line just was slack, and I was, oh, that's a good one, guys. That's a good one, guys. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, I didn't even know he was there. I was looking at my minnow rod, and I think I actually had a bite on the minnow rod. Look at that. That's a good crappie there, y'all. That's a good crappie. He might end up in the cooler. Not as to eat, but that's a good one there. That is not a bad fish. Let's see what we got here. Look at that. Crushed. Crushed the little minnow. Ooh. Let's pop that out real quick and let's see what we got. If he's close to 12, we might keep him anyway. Oh boys, he's every bit of 13, maybe 12 and a half since his mouth is open. But he's absolutely keeper size fish. And I figured he was looking at him in the water there. But I'm gonna keep him in the water with the net just for a second because we don't have the cooler ready quite yet. He kind of surprised me. Oh God. Whew. Oh, that was heavy. Who would have thought that, I don't know, a dozen or so gallons of water would be heavy? Not me. No, definitely not me. All right. We're gonna get her in here while she's lively and spunky. Look at her. Look how happy she is. We're gonna give her a little more water here. We did bring along a little bucket. We got a little bubbler in the lid. And I'm gonna keep the lid on her, and that's gonna be that. And that's one fish, y'all. Ideally, we want at least 3 or 4. I think the perfect range is gonna be about 5 or 6 fish, but crappie are crappie. They're not always the most cooperative. All right, let's see if we can catch another one in there. The good news with crappie is they're a schooling fish. So when you found 1 or 2, or 3 in this case, then there's definitely more around. And they will school up by size too, so if you catch one big one, there could be some more big ones. Gotcha. Oh, oh, what is that? Oh, that's another crappie. He wasn't fighting like it. He's fighting like a bass. I think he's a dumb crappie. But that's number 2. Because he looks kind of chunky. Look at that, guys. I mean, if you need any testament to how much they love that little Euro tackle, look at how deep it is in their mouth. He's not even thinking about eating. They're seeing that thing down there, and they're going in for the kill. They're not even trying to taste it. They just want to suck it down. That's how you know that that's a heck of a lure right there. But let's see what we got working. That's a 12-inch fish all day long. And so he's gonna join his buddy in here. And we are going to keep fishing. Because if we can catch what we're required to catch here soon, then the sooner the better. The less time these fish have to spend in that cooler. Gotcha. That got him that time. That feels like another half decent one, guys. That feels like another half decent one. You know what? He's not bad. He's not bad. He might keep. He might be our keeper. Woo, that's not bad at all. I mean, crappie, when they got mouths like that, I mean, it makes you wonder how they miss it. Because usually when they want it, they'll get it. Ooh, he's a little short, but we're gonna put him in anyway, just in case. We'll cull him out if we catch a couple that are bigger, but he's like right on the line of 12. And in the sake of the fish, I would want to get out of here sooner rather than later. So if we can get our limit together in the first half hour to hour, which we've only been at this for 10, maybe 15 minutes. So at the rate we're going, we should be good by that time. If the fish keep biting, that's the biggest key. Because sometimes these fish will just, like a light switch, just like they're gone. They're still down there, but they won't bite. I've had that happen many times. So hopefully we can accomplish what we came here for before they get wise. Oh, shoot, that's a fish, y'all. It was just like dragging down there. I wasn't even really fishing it. Is that a crappie? That is a crappie, and that's a good one too, guys. That's a good one. I'm gonna cry if he comes off. I'm gonna do a little bit of crying because he is absolutely keeper sized. And he's in the net. Nice. Nice. Very nice. All right. That's a good fish, guys. He's about the same as that other fat mama we got in there. Let's see who we're dealing with. Nice fish. Nice fish. Look at that. Choked. I didn't even really know she was there. I lifted it to try and get another cast or something, and it just loaded. I was like, oh man, I'm snagged on the bottom. And then she started shaking around. I was like, oh, that's not the bottom. Yep, she's 13.5 all day long. Let's stick her in there. Ooh, they're angry. I guess I would be too. Calm down, you're gonna hurt yourself. Jeez. All right, but she came out of nowhere. She was way off the pilings there. Kind of what I'm expecting those minnows to catch, but they ain't doing nothing down there. I think they sold me lazy minnows. They're not down there flicking and flopping around like they should be doing. I think they're just down there sitting there being lazy. They're trying not to get eaten. That's the whole reason I bought them, though, is to get eaten. So they better do what I bought them to do. Gotcha. On the sink. Ooh, that's a heavy fish. Is he gonna go in the box? He's not tiny. I don't think. No, he's definitely not tiny. He's not shrimpy. He's not shrimpy. He's not shrimpy, is he? No, he's not. Oh, ow. Let's see. He is right at 13-ish. Something around there. Jesus. They hit that water, man, and they just flip out. Gotcha. Is he a shrimp? He doesn't feel very big. Well, he might not be bad. Oh, he's not bad, actually. He was just kind of coming up with me. Let's see, we're gonna flip him in. He's got it all the way in the gullet. All the way in the gullet. He's 11.5. I think we can do better than that. I think we could do better than that. Gotcha that time. Let's see, are you gonna round out our dozen? Ooh, he's angry, man. These are angry fish. They're grumpy. They're like, man, I thought I was getting a good meal. Instead, I'm getting a hook in my face. Ow. Don't hit me. Don't, stop. Stop, stop. Let me unhook you at least. You're either going in the cooler or going back in the water. And both of those require the hook out of your mouth, so you better just cooperate. He's close. He's close, so we're gonna put him in just in case. And there we go, that's a half dozen crappie right there. But that is what we came for. A couple of them are a little on the small side, and if I left right now, the store wouldn't even be open yet. I mean, I got on them quick. That usually don't get that lucky and just get on them that quick, but we're gonna see, we're gonna stay here for at least probably another half hour, and we'll see if we can cull out some of those little ones and replace them with some that are a little bit bigger. I mean, every fish in that cooler is a good size, but there's big and then there's bigger. Gotcha. I don't know if he's bigger. He feels small. He's spunky though. Whoo, look at him down there going in circles. Man, he's going crazy. Yeah. Jeez, man, he is fat. I don't know if full of eggs or what, but look at that fish. It's like the first one I caught. It's just super thick. Look at that. Thick, man. These things are eating good. It might be full of eggs. They might be doing a false spawn here. Interesting. Very interesting. Either that or she's just absolutely full of minnows. One of the two. Oh, that's a good fish there, I think. Yeah, that or he just likes to think he is. No, I think that's gonna be a good one there. Stop it, let me stick my fingers in your mouth. Oh yeah, he's a good fish. Let's see. We got a couple little guys in here somewhere. Looks like you might be one of the littlest ones right here. Actually, no, that's a good one. I don't know. Let's take inventory of what we got real quick. Let me make some calls. All right, well, that's gonna do it for the fishing. Surprisingly, I got on them pretty quick. Judging by the GoPro timer, I've only been out here for about an hour. And I mean, getting on the fish that quick, that's pretty sweet. But we got a cooler full of live crappie, and their well-being is my priority right now. And as much as I hate to leave biting fish, we want to get these dropped off in as good condition as possible. So we're gonna go ahead and load up the boat and get on the road. Alrighty guys, you might be able to tell in the background, we have made it to the Bass Pro Shops. The fish in our tank, I don't know if you can see it well, they are doing good, nice and lively. But time is of the essence. I want to give these fish a good shot at surviving, and I won't be able to record anything past this point just to respect the privacy and confidentiality of the store and its employees. So let me get these fish dropped off and I'll kind of give you a recap and some more info. Alrighty guys, I'm happy to report that the fish transfer was a success. I don't know if you can tell, I'm soaking wet. Those fish, they gave me a piece of their mind when I was unloading them and putting in a holding tank, but they're not going in the tank quite yet. Since they're wild caught, they have to be quarantined for a couple weeks, make sure they're not gonna transfer any illnesses, and make sure they're nice and healthy. But once they go in the tank, I'll try and give you guys a quick update. I'll put an update in the caption of this video or make a little community post or something. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out when we get there. But I mean, shout out to Bass Pro Shops for giving me the opportunity to go put some fish in the tank. That's definitely something that at least I consider to be a pretty cool honor. And also shout out to Euro Tackle for making a little grub that outperforms live bait like 20 to 1. I mean, that's crazy. Those minnows were down there doing their thing and the crappie saw them and they were just like, nah, don't want them, not even a little bit. That little pink bee vibe over there, yeah, give me that. So, you know, I mean, we'll take it, honestly. And I'm not endorsed or paid by Bass Pro or Euro Tackle. Those are my honest thoughts. But guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. If you want to see more content like this, I can definitely keep in contact and see if they got any more missions for me in the future. But like I said, that'll do it for the video today, and I will catch y'all in the next one.